So it seemed like the upset was on at one point because of our Game 1 victory over the Cavaliers. But then the next 3 games didn't exactly go how you'd want it to, including a Game 2 heartbreaker that we lost at the buzzer to a Kyrie Irving three-pointer. But there are some optimistic things we can look at. One, Jahlil Okafor has done a pretty decent job against the Cavaliers, so perhaps this Game 5 could actually go our way. We could force a Game 6 and head back to Philadelphia. We'll see against the Cavaliers. Or maybe LeBron's like, nah, I'm just going to let y'all die out here and I can go to the conference finals. We'll see what happens. Tie game, 3 minutes left, and we just let Kyrie Irving walk right into the paint. That's a really good way to start this off, guys. Or at least start off the video, because the game's been happening, of course. There's your pick and roll once again. Kevin Love, he can't defend Nerlens. Too damn athletic. But then, unfortunately, we can't defend their worst offensive player, Iman Shumpert, who barely shoots the ball in real life, but he's killing it in the game, so, well, I don't know what that exactly means. He's got 14 frickin' points, man, and 2K considers a layup to be a mid-range for reasons that I don't know, but that's cool. Once again, back to the pick and roll. Actually, this time, Dennis Schroeder's got to shoot it, and that's one of the reasons why I'm a little skeptical of how he is moving forward, because he got blocked, man. Now, Rodney Hood, luckily, we were able to cheese them. Tie game, 30 seconds left. What's LeBron James going to do in this isolation? He's going to bully through all of us. This has to go in. Nope, we actually got fortunate. And let's slow it down, everybody. Let's take as much time off the clock as we can. Look at this. Kyrie Irving is on Jahlil Okafor. This is about as automatic as it can get. They're not going to bring a double team. That's bad news bears for them. That's a lead, boys. 5 seconds left. 2-point lead. Could we actually be going back to Philadelphia with a chance to secure a 3-3 series? What are the Cavaliers going to do? They've killed us once in this very same situation. It can't happen again, right? Watch out for Kyrie Irving. Ooh, he actually passed it off to LeBron. This is looking pretty good. The block from Ingram. It's a 3-2 series. We're going back to Philadelphia. And the guy for this one was all Jahlil Okafor. He was killing the Cavaliers. So do we actually have a chance to force a Game 7 and perhaps pull off a hell of an upset and then some on Cleveland? We're going to go right into Game 6, 2-point lead, third quarter. They have Larry Sanders. Apparently he's thinking about coming back to the NBA. I hope he comes to my Celtics because he's like a really ideal player for us. That was a weird looking shot from LeBron that just dropped in. Justin Holiday, he's got the lane, and maybe I should not have drove that in with him. But it looked good in the moment. Can we stop LeBron with 2 guys on him? Oh boy. LeBron, for whatever reason in 2K, a lot of the time he's super passive because 2K doesn't know how to manage a big-time scorer who also gets a lot of assists. But he's shooting the ball against us right now. They can't defend Ingram in the pick and roll. That's an interesting thing. You know, I have run Ingram at the small ball 4. That play reminded me that that actually can be a weapon for us. And what the hell, y'all? Well, if Kyrie Irving just wants to go unattended into the paint, I don't know how much of a chance we have, as it's now a 8-point game. And then it's ballooned to a whopping 14. Do we have a chance? Well, the Nerlens Noel alley-oop, it always looks good when 2K doesn't screw me over and he just misses the dunk even though he shouldn't, which happens way more than it should, by the way. I mean, if we D up right now, perhaps we can win this game. I don't like LeBron James already being this close to the paint without much resistance from our defense. Oh boy. I don't know if this is going to happen, y'all. And then after LeBron hits that free throw to give them a nice 15-point lead, Tristan Thompson with the farthest jump shot that he'll ever hit. It's 17 points, and I'm like, yeah, it's probably not going to happen. And so, your Sixers are eliminated, and that looks really frickin' demonic. But still, second round, forcing the Cleveland Cavaliers to a Game 6. We're making a lot of progress here. And if you look at this season, the biggest problem for us was our defense, which kind of happens when you commit to Jahlil Okafor at the center position, but it's okay because he's so good offensively. But also our three-point shooting outside of the starting lineup by guys not named Rodney Hood. And you can kind of put Schroeder in there as well. You know, it was Schroeder, Seth Curry, Jeremy Grant. It seems like we only had a couple of guys who could really hit a 3 for us. Covington was And And so when the draft came around and we had the 22nd pick, I was like, who can I acquire to help us out right now in those areas? Defense as well as three-point shooting, because our shooting guard spot is still not solidified. And then the savior came to us. The basketball gods graced us with Courtney Lee. Now, I didn't even give him a first-round pick for Courtney Lee. I actually gave him Seth Curry, who couldn't make a three-pointer worth crap for us, and a second-round pick. And so here is your savior at the shooting guard position, boys. The god-tier role player, Courtney Lee, who can come into the shooting guard spot right now and actually do some stuff for us. But hold on, we're not done just yet. I was talking earlier about Dennis Schroeder might not be the ideal point guard for us because he's not giving us the shooting and he's not giving us the defense because he's legitimately not a good defensive player. And you could say that we have enough offense with Ingram and Okafor and Rodney Hood. Maybe we should just have a defender at that position. And one guy you always think about for that is Patrick Beverley of the Houston Rockets, who's a very good three-point shooter as well as defensive player who doesn't need the ball in his hand. Ingram can improve on his playmaking abilities, things like that. Well, turns out Patrick Beverley's a free agent, and it doesn't cost too much money to actually acquire the guy. And so, with the mid-level exception, Patrick Beverley is a member of your Sixers. So in this offseason, we have added Courtney Lee, who can really be our starting shooting guard, and we've acquired Patrick Beverley, who can replace TJ McConnell as the backup point guard, improve our defense, and if Dennis Schroeder really turns out to not be the guy for us at the starting point guard spot, we already got Patrick Beverley. We could potentially trade Schroeder for something really good. And so now with Beverley, Courtney Lee, Jeremy Grant, who's grown into a really solid defensive player, Nerlens Noel, Covington is still here. He's going to be coming off the bench now. We've surrounded Jahlil Okafor and Brandon Ingram with quite a few quality defensive players, and I think going into next season could be pretty damn good. Oh, and by the way, with the first round pick, we selected some BS 60-something overall guy.